Hello? Hello? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello? Is my volume alright? Is it good? Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello? Can't test this real quick here. Make sure everything sounds good. Can't test this real quick here. Make sure everything sounds good. Hey, Pepper, welcome, welcome. I think everything sounds good. Let's hope it doesn't echo. Welcome, Pepper. It's finally good to see you here. Again, just in time, we're just about to start. Yeah, I know. It's hard to be a big, you know, big macho man. I am the Moai of knowledge. Just thank you for the redeem. I will drink water right now. Just wait for the notifications to kind of go live here, and as people file in, we're gonna kind of go over my little pre-spiel here. So, like, this is my first time doing a stream like this, an education stream. I am by no means a teacher or a professional educator, obviously. Like, I want to make that clear here. Yes, Puffer, yes, we have, like, affiliate and we have channel points and everything now, so that's pretty fucking cool, I think. I'm glad that we're finally able to have, like, channel points and redeems, and we have a bunch of emotes, too. Yes, I funny Rockman. You dum-dum, you give me gum-gum. But yeah, I'm by no means a professional educator. I could say that my research on this topic is somewhat surface knowledge, so bear with me. I could get things completely wrong, but I feel like I am at least somewhat confident in what I have looked up. And though if I do get anything wrong, and if anyone is able to correct me, absolutely feel free to do so. That is just fine. But we're gonna kind of get started with the actual program. Is that the right word? If you will. We're gonna get started with that soon. Here, but we're learning about the Nazca lines, which are in Peru, as I have my little world map pulled up here. While we're waiting, would you guys like to try and find Easter Island on the map? It's really hard. I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult to find it, but if you guys want to try and find Easter Island on the map, it's like Dora the Explorer, where it's like they point to the really, really obvious thing, and it's like, where is it? Where is it there? Points to the completely wrong thing. Yeah, there's a smiley on the map. That's definitely not where Easter Island, though, is, Smile. It's definitely not where it is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have that when I'm gonna do these in the future as well, depending on how well this stream does. I am definitely gonna do more of this in the future on various different topics. Like, I could do the Olmecs next, or I could go over like something like Stonehenge, or like some of the other giant monuments around the world. I could go over the Aboriginals, or name a tribe in Africa, or there's so much topic I could cover about ancient history. It's pretty insane. It all just depends on, like, you know, like what people want, if this stream does well, and if it does, I am definitely looking forward to doing more of this later, because I personally enjoy this stuff. But so I think we're gonna get started here now. So let's just start with the basic geography of where are the Nazca lines. The Nazca lines are in Peru. Peru is down here in South America. In this around here, and I actually have a little. We can go over to my next slide here. You can see exactly kind of where it is in Peru. La Linas de Nazca. That's not quite in English, but this is what I found on short notice. All right, don't judge me. But so the thing about the Nazca lines is they are very, very well preserved. For what they are. They are just lines in the dirt, lines in the ground. And we're gonna first of all talk about... Oh, hey, Rocket, welcome to the stream. How are you? I've seen you around Twitter. What's going on? We're just starting the lecture on the Nazca lines. Welcome. I'm glad you could stop by. But so the reason why the Nazca lines are so well preserved is, so we have the Nazca lines right here on our little smiley face. This is very MS Paint, mind you. This is also could be kind of wrong, but I think it's something like this from like my cursory understanding of it. But so we have our Nazca lines here. They're in the ground here, blah, 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 whatever they are. And we have all around the Nazca lines are these small little like mounds. It's kind of like like a very plains area, but it's a desert, obviously. It's not covered with grass. It's completely plains. It's a desert. But there's lots of these small hills that litter it. And of course, next to it as well are the mountains. And basically what this does is as wind flows through, it basically kind of just completely bypasses over the Nazca lines and kind of creates like this little shelter of it, so to speak. Like, I guess the way to describe it would be, imagine them being in kind of like, do you guys know like an above ground pool? Like imagine like a really shallow like above ground pool that it doesn't have any water in it, obviously, but it's kind of like that, where the wind can kind of pass over it, but it doesn't really go into the valley, so to speak. And also the bigger reason why they're so well preserved is because there is no fucking rain there. Like, it is a desert, it is dry as all sin. I think I remember hearing it's like, I think it rains for an average of like 20 minutes there a year, and that's it. Yeah, like those kiddie pools. Yes, Puffer, thank you. But yeah, it's like, imagine like them all kind of being in like these little pits as like these small hills kind of cover them from the wind that goes over this way. And so, yes, what's our next slide? So yes, these are some of the lines here. You can kind of see kind of the hills and terrains here that I'm talking about. Like, this is my picture. Here's one of them. There's lots of, so the thing is, the Nazca lines aren't all like, they're not all like animals or specific shapes or people or astronauts. I hate that though. It's not made by aliens. But they're all, not all specific shapes. They're all sometimes like geometric objects or designs or simply patterns. They're not just specific animals. And we'll get to that in a minute. But yes, you can see kind of the geography here. And again, I don't know how long this is going to take either. I don't know how long a stream like this is going to last. But, and also, if you guys have any questions along the way, feel absolutely free to ask. I will answer to the best of my ability. But all right, so next slide. Here are a bunch of the Nazca lines here. As you can see, there's stuff that's clearly not, as I was talking about, there's stuff that is clearly not like animals. You know, you have the monkey, you have the very famous hummingbird, the one that everyone knows, the spider, you have, God, what's going on with this man's neck? This man, oh, this man's got something going on. I don't know what it is. But you have the famous astronaut. It's not a fucking astronaut though. It's not what it is. I am going to, that's a rant I'm gonna go on later on the stream. Believe you me. I've got some very choice words about people calling this an astronaut. And we have dog. We have little dog down here. Say hello to dog. Say hello to dog. He is my dog. But yeah, there's again, like you see, there's a various amount of, oh yeah, we also have like hands, question mark, cursed hands right here. It's like the grabbing emoji, but anyway, enough about like the actual things. So I'm just gonna put this up for now, just as this. So yeah, what the dog doing? But so the Nazcas, basically, let's go over the kind of the culture first. The Nazcas, so the Nazca lines, first of all, they were not specifically built by just the Nazcas. They were, some of them are built at completely different times as others. Some were built like by previous like separate tribes that eventually got absorbed into the Nazcas. And the Nazcas themselves, they are not a centralized community. They're not like other South American societies like Machu Picchu or Tectoctlan or any of those. They are, the way it is believed is that they are consisted of a couple separate of like smaller communities. There's no centralized city to them. And each of those smaller communities, you know, has this leader, and all these leaders would converge and, you know, talk amongst each other. And the cities would trade with each other as well. But for the most part, it wasn't this big centralized community, so to speak. But like as you see, there were these, I guess, group projects. And so as for the Nazca lines themselves here, let's kind of go back to this slide here, just so we can kind of see. So how the Nazca lines were made, and here's kind of where I'm going to go on my rant about aliens here, is no, the Nazca lines were not made by aliens. That is complete bullshit. I'll say that outright. That is just awful. Like, there's so many large creations around the world, like I said, Stonehenge, Easter Island heads, Nazca lines, the pyramids, you know, the Mayan civilizations, the Mayan pyramids. Oh, so many people around the world believe that these structures were, you know, these were done with the help of, like, you know, like extraterrestrials or outside help. But what people kind of don't understand is, like, just because, you know, a tribe isn't... Huh? Yeah, no, there's a... We don't know exactly why they drew the Nazca Lines rocket, but thank you for bringing that up. We'll go over that later. But basically, as I was saying, so... These different... All these different tribes and cultures that have these crazy monuments, you know, we look at things like Rome, right? And we look at the Colosseum, for example. That is an insane structure. Even by today's standards, that is a very crazy structure. But we look at it and it's like, oh yeah, they clearly, you know, did it by, you know, concrete and, you know, like whatever construction methods. But when we get to these other, you know, like tribes and these, you know, foreign indigenous peoples, that it's like, oh, it had to be aliens. You know, it's always aliens. And that's just completely incorrect, because just because they're not white doesn't mean that they have not, they don't have ingenuity. Like the Mayans, for example, or no, excuse me, not the Mayans, the Aztecs. The Aztecs, something that we found with the Aztecs is that they actually knew what the wheel was. However, because of where they lived at the time, and because they did not have access to beasts of burden, they actually saw the wheel as just a novelty. Like, the only examples of wheels we found in Aztec culture is in toys, like toys for kids that were made. That is the only example we have of wheels in Aztec culture. And because of that, the reason why that was is because they did not have access to beasts of burden like cows or horses or what have you to pull like carts or larger things with wheels. And you're not going to do that with manpower. That just doesn't work. And that's why they, you know, they didn't use the wheel. And that's a huge example of like what may work for one culture does not work for another. So there were clearly methods to how these were made and how other monuments were made. Like, just because like they didn't use the methods that we thought of them as using doesn't mean they were built by aliens. They must have had whatever other methods they had. Getting a little bit rambly there and off topic, but back to the Nazca lines. So how the big belief as to how the Nazca lines were made. So you know how I mentioned these hills earlier, right? Like all these little hills that shelter the Nazcas. Yes, Rocket, exactly. Humans are very smart, we're very intelligent, and we have a lot of ingenuity to us, especially when we work in groups. And that is why it is not far-fetched at all to believe that they could do this themselves. Because the reason why people thought that these were aliens is because, oh, they're so big, you know, there's no way that they could see this and make it so, like, well-made without, you know, a bird's eye view or that stuff. But it's like, in reality, these little hills around the area were more than enough to give us a vantage point to watch from. Like, so I forget the exact name of this, and like I said, this is going to be completely scuffed and I might forget names of things, but there was a scholar who went and did this. He's like, you know what, the aliens theory is bullshit, I'm gonna go and do this myself. So I think he went out to these kind of fields here, and I think he took like 2 of his family members, and they made something very similar to the hummingbird in almost a day. Like I think it took them like just about a day's time to just do something very similar to the hummingbird, just by having the hills, which is more than enough of a vantage point for them to be able to create something like this. And that was just with like, I think 3 people. So no, it was not ancient aliens. That is a complete farce. Get that out of your head. Nothing on this planet was made by extraterrestrials, please. I beg of you. But so, anyways, as to how exactly it was made, so this valley here, it is a desert. The top layer of the desert is covered in, a very fine, I think it's a reddish soil, like kind of like a darkish reddish soil. And what was done is, they believe, is that, the foot, people like would drag their feet, like, have you ever been to a baseball field where you drag your foot along the sand and the dirt? It's like that, where you kind of see that dark spot where you drag your foot. It's kind of like that, except it's a little bit more contrasting because there's a different layer of sediment underneath the top layer. So people would drag their foot until they would uncover that, and that's how they would make the base line work of it. And then once that was done, they would put, rocks and stones into place. Because these are not just, like lines in the dirt. They have like stones and rocks here that outline these creations. But so that is how it was made specifically. And so I believe we first discovered these. I think we thought we may have discovered them at much earlier than we officially did, because there is a French explorer's, I guess, a journal or whatever, where it's like they found these and they thought that they were trail markers, all these lines in the ground, because they did not see this from a vantage point. They just saw the lines of the ground. It's like, oh, these are some weird trail markers on the ground, like what are these? And that's all they thought it was, because we assume they were in this area when he made that log in his journal. But this area here is where he thought that was, but it wasn't until later on. I think it had to be the 18 or 1900, like very late 1800s and 1900s is when they really started to be discovered. I think there was a lady from Europe who came over here, and she's very famous for this. I wish I remembered her name at the moment. But she, came and started doing a ton of work on documenting these and, actually like sketching these out. Not this specific image, obviously. But she still did a lot of work documenting and sketching these all out. And so it's part of her that these are able to be preserved today. That they don't, just make a parking lot over there. Even though I don't think that they could ever. It wasn't until, like UNESCO, when the United Nations came about and it's like, this is a World Heritage Site, you can't touch this here. But it's like, yeah, so... Anyways, the purpose for the Nazca lines, there are a couple of theories. Here. And I think I'm going to go over 3 of them. So one of the first theories is... They believed that. So I think it was either this one or this one of the hummingbird or the big, God knows, nightmare demon that this is, the Alcatraz, the heron bird. Yeah, it's a heron. Is that they believe is that one of these birds actually on, I think, one of the equinoxes, points directly to the rising sun. Now, this was used as, a sign of the harvest. This way they can, the Nazcas, getting my tribes mixed up here. The Nazcas could know when they planted their crops. And they believe that, some of all these like aligned with like different, astrological events. But the problem with that is that there wasn't enough evidence for this. And it was believed that it was just sheer coincidence that one of the birds pointed to the rising sun during the equinox. At least that's what they believe. So there's a lot of conjecture here with that theory, and it's not super supported. One of the other theories, though, is that it actually leads us to water sources. Because I think over here is kind of a river in this area. There's kind of a river over in this general section, I believe, and it's like you can see the birds point to this, the hummingbird. That's another theory, because like I said, this is a desert. They don't have easy access to water, and you have to understand, like, if this is a road, you have to understand how huge this area is, and how hard it would be to navigate just because of how massive of a plain it is. Like, if you were standing here, you likely couldn't see over here. Like, that's just how much of an expanse this is. And it's why, you know, whenever you go see the Nazca lines, if you go there and you go up in a plane, you can only see the whole lines from like a bird's eye view, like an aerial view. And that's part of the reasons why they believe that, oh, it was aliens because they were in space. But no, you don't, you only need flight to be able to see the complete picture. You don't need flight to create the image. Those are two very different things. Because with being able to create the image, you just need a high enough vantage point that you can kind of check and make sure that things were, you know, lined up right. Yes, those are the two theories, but the main theory that they believed, and this has to do with why they're all animals and different creatures, is it actually served major religious purposes, and that these people would walk around. Excuse me, my music has stopped. Why is that? Let me fix that. Hang on. That's weird. Why is my music stopped? There we go. Now it's back. That sucks. Anyway, back to where I was. So they believe that the Nazca lines were for religious purposes. Now, the thing about that is why they're all animals, like the monkey, the bird, the dog. What the dog doing? Wow, my music is really not having it tonight. Might have to switch back to something else here. This is a little bit more sleepy, but that's okay. We can work with it. Hang on here. Let me get back up here. But yes, so anyways, so the religious purposes is that they believe that, you know, these people would go out to these lines like this is a ceremonial site, right? Like this is a very ceremonial grounds, like, and what they would do is they would go here as kind of a rite of passage, and they would walk along these lines, these etchings in the ground, and as they would go across these lines, they would absorb the spiritual energy of whatever animal they were walking across. Oh, the star up here, I haven't looked into this too much yet, but like I said, remember if I said at the start, they had these, not everything was a animal or creature. Some of these were very intricate geometric shapes. And you can see that this is kind of in the hills over here. And I'll have to kind of look into that a little bit more later, because this image was kind of found last minute. Why don't I pull up a picture of this though? You can do that. Estella Star. But yes, as they would walk across these animal lines, they would slowly absorb the spiritual energy of the animal that they were walking across. And that was kind of part of their religion. Let's see if I can look this up here. Estrella Star Nazca. That is interesting. Hang on. I need to find a good image, because see, this is very faded, actually. This is one of the lines that was not protected very well. Here, I can bring this up for you guys on stream here. You can see, hang on. I'll need to exit this really quickly and reopen it so I can load it properly. All right, let's wait for it. Yeah, here we go. So this is, you can see the etchings in the ground here. This is the star. I believe what this is used for is this is sort of like a compass or an astrological sign. Like they would use this for astrological purposes, like, oh, this one points in the direction of so-and-so star formation, or this one points in the direction of the sun or whatever. Or it's like, you can see this over here, this one is probably like the direction of the sun or something. That, and like I said, but the thing is, with a lot of these South American cultures, a lot of them were wiped out, not by us, not necessarily just by us, but by themselves as well, as there was, you know, warfare. So we lost a lot of oral tradition as, you know, they kind of fought amongst each other. And so when we do these research and we look into these, you know, past, you know, archaeological things, we lose, yes, like a star map, Puffer. Yes, correct. Just like that. And we lose a lot of their oral tradition. We have to, there's so much guesswork that we have to do. Like, we can't, there's so much we don't know and so much that has been lost to time that we can't exactly know everything about these past cultures. So we have to just make guesswork. Again, that is another reason why so many believe that, oh, it was made by aliens, is because we just don't know. We lost the information to time. It's not like the Romans, who kept very precise and intricate records of everything. Like, not every society was advanced enough to keep records of how they did things and how they were replicated. And again, that's also why, you know, the pyramids, you know, we kind of have an idea of how they were done. And there's lots of different theories for the pyramids, and we can probably go over that in another stream. We can probably go over all of ancient Egypt. That's a huge topic we can cover. Like the Nazca lines here, this is a very small topic because it's one thing. But just like I said, the astrological chart here, this is the astrological chart. And another thing is, I want to go over the astronaut. So a lot of people think that this is some strange astronaut creature. I don't know why they believe that. I don't know why. A lot of people say that this is an astronaut because, oh, he's pointing up. He's pointing up to the sky where we should be viewing these Nazca lines from. Like, the astronaut is waving up to people looking up at him. That's why they believe he's an astronaut. But this is my personal theory, actually. This is my own conjecture here. Is I want to say, like, how I believe that they made the astronaut, right, is I believe they had somebody standing a certain distance away in that pose. Because if you're, like, a far away and you have your arms at your sides... Hey, Grum, welcome. How goes it? We're in the middle of describing the astronaut here and how I personally believe he was created. So if you're standing, like, a far away from somebody else and you just have your arms at your sides, you just kind of look like a line or, like, an amorphous tall blob in the distance. You don't, like, have a lot of shape to you. But if you're even this far out, like, even if we zoomed way away, you could still, like, see the arm here. You can still see the arm. And I think what they did is, because he was standing so far away, like, they had him hold up an arm, so it's like, you know, it's not just this amorphous blob, you know, they wanted to have a little bit more shape to it. So they had him, you know, standing up with his arm. He's like, oh, we need to know what an arm looks like. Hold your arm up. It's like very simple stuff like that. Like, not everything, I think, has... That's another thing, is I don't think everything in the ancient world has some big meaning to it. Not everything was this, you know, super intentional, super elaborate thing. Like, some of this, like, who knows? This could have just been, like, fucking dudes having a good time. Like this could have been like a prehistoric art stream. That's a good way to think of it, actually. This could have been dudes just having fun in the sand. Like, this may not have had a religious purpose to it, because if you think about it, back then, what were they doing? Like, once you're an established society, you have a good source of food, a good source of water, what are you doing? Like, you've already gotten the survival part of life down. Excuse me. Had to drop something there quick. But you already have the survival part of life down, and, you know, you're in a good spot, your society is doing well. What do you do in that time? Like, you ain't got no video games, you ain't got no books, no movies. Like, the most they had at that time was, like, small games or, like, sports. Like, an occasional sport. and obviously, religious ceremonies, but that's it. Like, that's not gonna fill you out 7 days of the week constantly. You know what I'm saying? So when these guys figured out the, their own societies, they had nothing but fucking time on their hands. Like, it's not hard to believe that these guys would just be able, it's like, hey, why don't we just go fuck around in the desert for a little bit and see what's going on? Let's try and do something cool. Like, we want to leave our mark in the world. Yeah, pufferfish, exactly. It's like, I think we overanalyze things and we think about them too much. Like, a lot of these ancient monuments that we see, like Stonehenge, like, okay, Stonehenge, to be fair, that's not a good example, because Stonehenge has very specific purposes to it. Like, Stonehenge has a lot of astrological and, no, not astrological, astronomical, purposes. It's kind of like, it's an ancient sort of astrological observatory, essentially. That's what Stonehenge is. And we can go over that in another topic. We can go over that another time. That's a whole hell of a topic in and of itself. But anyways, as I was saying, but like, not everything has to have this incredible purpose to it. Again, similar like with the Easter Island heads, like, you're stuck on an like this is kind of going into Easter Island, but like, you're stuck on an island for, you guys like live on an island, like, you farm, you hunt birds, you have your religious ceremonies. What else are you fucking doing 7 days a week? It's like, well, shit, we have, like, this is why, tough is what the islands are, the Easter Island monuments are made out of. But they have this, and it's like, oh, hey, this is some really, easy to very malleable stone that we can easily carve and chip away with, our basalt tools. And so we could make something out of this. What should we make? Well, humans are very vain, so why not make a face of ourselves? Why not depict ourselves? Because we are very vain people. But anyways, back I guess back to the Nazca lines here. That's what I'm saying. It's like, that's why they drew a dude, because it's like, oh, we're very vain people. It's like, that's what drives a lot of the, I guess, large wonders of the world that we've seen today in the ancient world, is just fucking kings of these ancient lands being like, yo, I want to feel cool. Let's do something fucking sick, dog. And so they just like went out and they just built this temple in honor of themselves, like this giant palace and temple in honor of their legacy, their rule over the land. And that's how a lot of these, sculptures and creations come into place. Like, it's dudes with an ego being like, yeah, I want to do something sick. Oh, need to drink some water there. But yeah, so that is kind of, I guess, my 2 cents on that whole idea. So, like, as you can see, like I said, there's also these, but these aren't the only Nazca lines. Like I said earlier, there were other tribes that built them at different times. So I think it goes to show, it's like, there may not have been a huge intent with this. Rather, it's just like people, it's humans trying to leave their mark on the world, trying to create something grand, trying to defeat the idea, the concept of death. Like, that has been our goal in life, is to leave our mark on the world so that even when we pass on, people will still remember us. There's a saying that the ancient Egyptians had, is that you do not truly die until people stop uttering your name. And that is why, they had the pharaohs, drawing geometrical lines with the homies. Oh, hey, Anzu, welcome. Did you just tune in? Hi, how goes it, Anzu? Yes, Anzu, if you're just tuning in, we've been already going over this for quite a while, but yes, welcome. We're kind of at the tail end of things. Like, to give you kind of a quick recap, for those of you anyone else who's just tuning in, to give you a quick recap, we went over the Any of these weren't built by aliens. These could be built by a dude in an afternoon with his 2 family members. Somebody went out in the desert and did that. And we went over, like, the meanings of this. They believed that, if you walk, like, this was a religious thing, that they walked across these lines, and they, as they walked across the lines, they absorbed the spiritual energy of the creature that they were walking across. That was the religious symbolism of it. Yeah, that's kind of a quick recap. And who loves Moai? I love Moai. I think we all love them just a little bit. Yeah, there is an education category. I'm surprised you didn't think of that. Like, Twitch is a very multi-platform streaming thing now. It's like, there's just chatting, art, education. You could stream anything on this website. Twitch has long since not been just for gaming. Like, it's always had things for many people, but that gives you long and short of it. And like I said, the Nazca lines are here. This is Peru, and Peru is right over here, so they're kind of in this area. They're by Cusco. Cusco from the Emperor's New Groove. But, and like I said, for any of you tuning in, do you guys want to try and find Easter Island on the map? I know it's very, very difficult. I will give you at least 5 Moai points if you can find Easter Island on the map. Go. You have 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, he smiled. Yes, this is where we are. You can see, this is a good idea. You can see, because I'm gonna probably use this map a lot. That's a good idea, actually. What I could do with this map is I can have us start over here in Easter Island, and then I can mark off, like, we can do like a little, like, Indiana Jones, like, cutscene thing where it's like we go from each place that we look at along the map, and we can see. Yes, Easter is not celebrated year-round, Anzu. That is unfortunate. It's named Easter Island because it was discovered on Easter morning. That is a completely different conjecture, but we're getting off topic. But like I said, we could have like a little Indiana Jones thing where it's like we have a line that connects each and every place that we, talk about on here, and we can... God, imagine if it made a Moai by the end. That would be fucking hilarious. But yeah, it's like I said, if this stream does well, and if people want to see more of this, I am more than happy to do more streams like this. This is very fun to me, and I like talking about this stuff. I can ramble on and on forever about it. But yes, we can go on an adventure together. We can all violently pillage and steal artifacts around the world and go over here to, what's it called? Oh yes, the 9th layer of hell, right here. We can go and I'll store them right in here, and especially right here. This shitty place. Oh yes, Anzu, we're definitely gonna cover Egypt at some point. Yeah, British. British. No, I can't say it. Can't say it. Sorry, it's just it's too disgusting. Yeah, British people in quotation marks. Stealing indigenous artifacts. But yes, like I said, we can go all over the world and explore plenty of different cultures. There's so much. Like, we have Stonehenge, we have the Nazca lines, which we're doing right now. We're gonna do obviously a subject on Easter Island. That's gonna be for a milestone. Get it? Funny rock pun. Please laugh. Please laugh. I'm begging you. I'm pleading on my knees. I have exactly one joke. And it's funny stone face. Yes, Graham, thank you for pitying me. But, yes, like I said, we're definitely going to cover a topic on Egypt. We're probably going to do... There's so much to cover in India and, like, all the ancient, Hindu sculptures there. Like that's something that's going to be really cool, is covering all these, like, South Asia areas, like Pakistan, Afghanistan, like all these Hindu cultures in the Southeast Asia area. There's lots of cool stuff there. That's going to be an episode in and of itself. So look out for that. Yeah, we also have the rest of the French Polynesians. We could probably do something on that as well. And again, like I said, we're going to save Easter Island for, you know, like a special milestone episode. Like, I don't know, fucking 1,000 Twitter followers? Who knows? Like, or maybe 200 Twitch followers. That might be a good idea. 200 Twitch followers, and we'll do a special Easter Island episode. And I can go over all the shit I know about Easter Island. This is a lesson plan, Grem. I said I'm gonna be your... Oh, Pink Justice, you're fine. We can go over it if you want. We're going over other stuff though. Like we're planning out like where we're gonna go next. Like I said, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our world map here and we're gonna connect all the dots because we went here to Nazca. This is where Nazca is, by the way, Pink Justice, if you're listening. It's kind of in this area here. I have a little chart here that shows specifically where it is in the island. And it's kind of goes... The reason why they're well preserved is, you know, we have the small hills and the big mountains that protect it from wind, and there's no rain, because it's a desert. And you see, so you can see kind of these hills here. Yes, we're going to travel around the world. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? He'd go from Nashville to Norway, and then to Zimbabwe, and China, Russia, and back. Yeah. If any of you know Carmen Sandiego, I don't know if I just dated myself if I'm too boomer. If any of you know what Carmen Sandiego is, that is kind of a classic. And you can see all the Nazca lines here, and you can see how large these are. Like, this is like a road here. You can imagine, like, you could drive a car along these as if they were a road. That's how large they are. But, like I said, I think they're cool. Basically, we went over that, you know, these weren't made by aliens at all. That's complete bullshit. These were made by some dude in an afternoon. Like, they proved it. Some guy went and did an experiment. It's like, oh yeah, I took like my 2 family members out here, and we could easily make these. We don't need aliens to do this. We just need to use the hills that are surrounding the area, and that's more than enough of a vantage point. Even if we can't see the whole thing from a hill, we still have enough of a vantage point that we can like see these lines, and we can construct them, and it's enough to make construction. And we thought that one of the main purposes religiously was that, you know, you would walk along these lines, and as you walked along the lines, you would absorb the spiritual energy of the animal below you, like the animal that you're walking on. There, there's my quick 30-minute recap. We also went over the Estella star, which is up here. This thing, we believed it was, you know, an astronomical observatory thing. We believe that, you know, it would point to the direction of the sun or whatever it is, but we don't know a lot because we've lost a lot of history. Because so much has been lost, so much oral tradition that wasn't written down, and we just have to guess at this point. But anyways, back to kind of my lesson plan here. I'm not sure what you guys would want to see next. I know we want to do Egypt. I know I want to do Stonehenge. I know I want to do Southeast Asia. In fact, why don't I kind of like write some of these down here? Write this down on like give me a little text document here. I can write some of these down. So Southeast Asia, Egypt. And I can do a poll on Twitter so people can learn about this later. I do a poll, and then don't worry, Pink Justice. If you want, you can watch the VOD. That's more than fine. You can watch the VOD. This is definitely going to be archived. But we have Egypt, Southeast Asia, Stonehenge. What else would you guys want to see? Like, just curious. We're gonna do a special Easter Island for like 200 Twitch followers. But yeah, like, let me know, like, what else you guys want to see? What else you guys want to watch? Like, I'm more than happy to cover a wide variety of topics for you guys. So please do let me know what you guys want to see. Oh, the terracotta soldiers. That's a good one. In Winnie the Pooh land. In Nothing Happened in Tiananmen Square in 1987. Yeah, terracotta soldiers, that's a really good one. Like, old Chinese history is pretty cool too, but it's like the thing about old Chinese history is we actually don't know a lot about it. Not because we lost a lot of it, but because the Chinese government is poopy buttheads and they don't let us, like, go and excavate and study things. Like, basically, like, we know that there are huge pyramids in China, and we know nothing about them because the Chinese government is sus and doesn't let us go in and, like, see them. Although the things we have found in China are pretty crazy. Like, I think the most well-preserved mummy, the oldest, most well-preserved mummy in the world was found in China. I think her name is Lady Di. Go look it up. Lady Di. I can type it in chat here for you guys. Go look it up. Yeah, if you guys want to kind of explore that, go right ahead, do that. That is a very fascinating subject. Yeah, Pink knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, terracotta soldiers, Stonehenge, Egypt, Southeast Asia, which is kind of includes India, /India. India, please spell right. I spelled it idia because I'm an idiot. What other things could we cover? I'm sure there's lots of shit in Africa. Pufferfish, what the fuck are you talking? Eat it? What? What in the That's okay. I'm not sure quite. I'm not sure what culture you're talking about there. That's. Oh, here's something else we can cover. We can cover the Aborigines people. In Australia. Oh yeah, the British would eat mummies, yes. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that is a thing, isn't it? Is what they would do is that they would take mummies like a long time ago before like shit was like regulated and protected. People would like take mummies and would grind them up and like use them as like this magical healing juice, like these like rich British aristocrats or whatever. Like it was like some delicacy or whatever, and it was really stupid. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now, pufferfish. I remember that. Yes, that is a thing, and we did lose a lot of history because of that. Yeah, the Aborigines people. Oh, what else could we go over? This is a good question. Oh, Native Americans. That's a good idea. Native Americans. There are lots of individual tribes we go over with that. Native Americans. Inuits. That's a good idea. Inuits. Anything interesting about Mongolia? Not off the top of my head, but that would be a good topic to look at. That's a good thing to look into. Mongolia. Oh, actually, I do know some stuff about Mongolia. I believe it's lots of, because I think that's in like northern Asia. I believe. Let's look it up on a map real quick. Let's use the Googles for this. Mongolia on a map. Where is that? Yeah, I think it's in northern Asia. Yes, Mongolia is just north of China. But so the thing about Mongolia is I believe that Mongolia is a lot of it's lots of mountains and I guess like farmlands, like lots of mountain farming, like goat herding and that sort of thing. And there's the Mongolian throat chanting, like the like kind of stuff like that. Excuse me for the ear rape, but yeah, like I think that's what's going on in Mongolia. And, you know, the Mongols, you know, I forget if it's Genghis Khan or Attila the Hun, that's the Mongols. I gotta remember. Yes, Genghis Khan. Yeah, Genghis Khan leads the Mongols. That's it. That's correct. Ooh, Japan is a good idea. The Ainu. Because I mean, we also have, you know, Bill Wirtz and his history of Japan. It's like, that means if you know a lot of rice, you own the food. And if you own the food, you are powerful. That makes you the heavenly super person or the emperor. Like that whole video. We don't know a lot about that, but yeah, I could. That's a good idea. We could just be complete weeaboos and go and fucking full learn about the samurai. That's another idea as well. Because I mean, there's no shortage of that being cool as shit. Okinawa. I know the name. I don't know exactly what it is. Ah, yeah, it's an island of Japan. That is correct. Yep. Yes, I know Okinawa because that was a battleground in World War II. Like, there's the invasion of it, and it was to get a foothold in the. I think in the Japanese territory, it was to get us a foothold there. Yeah, that's why I know Okinawa. I need to save this. Make sure I save this document here. Save as. Maybe I should pull this up on the screen here. Hang on here. I just need to save this and get this in the right folder here. Oh, the Icelandic sagas, yes. Like, we're talking about like Norway and Sweden and like the Vikings and like those like Norwegian areas. That would be a good idea. I think what we should do next is we should I think we should stick in North America first. Stick in North America for our first couple of ones, and I will host a poll on Twitter so people can vote on what they want to learn next. But I think what we should do, we should stick with the Americas, so that way we can kind of like make our way across the globe here. Hang on, we can like make our way from here up to like somewhere up here, and then go back down here, and then go up maybe to the Inuits here and the Native Americans, and then we can like, you know, go over to like stuff in Europe and maybe go over like what were knights actually, for example, like how much of knights are legend and how much is like actual things, and like the armor that the knights wore, like how realistic is that? Like, I think there's a lot of things we can do with that. And then we can go, you know, go down to Egypt and, you know, explore Africa a little bit, and then we can go over to, you know, Southeast Asia, China, Mongolia, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and we can kind of make our way around the world. Oh, the Pueblo! I actually learned about those a little bit. Yes, they had their homes built into the sides of the mountains. That is a very interesting topic. Because they kind of lived in the desert, so they are a little bit different from, I guess, like the plains natives, like, you know, the Ojibwe or the oh, what you call it? I live literally in the Great Plains, so I should know these off the top of my head. Oh, what is it? The Algonquin, that's another one. Oh, I'm trying to remember the names of these. Like I said, I live like right in the middle of like the Native American kind of. I don't live on the reservations, but I live very close to them, so I should know this. Oh, it's gonna bother me now. I got it. Hawaii. I will include Hawaii. Hawaii, like the Hawaiian culture, that would be really cool. And I still need to pull this up on screen here. Hang on. Let me change the display capture. Properties. Where is it here? Let me kind of like enlarge this just a little bit here. Whoops. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Hawaiian culture is actually very interesting. I learned about this very recently because I went to Hawaii. I went to it in November, I believe, and you know, as you know, I went through and like the sightseeing. I saw lots of like historical sites that were very, very cool. I went to the Big Island and I saw some of the rock carvings in the ground that have been there for like 500 years. I learned about King Kamehameha. Yes, like that's where the word Kamehameha from Dragon Ball comes from. It comes from the Hawaiian word, the Hawaiian King Kamehameha, which was very interesting to learn about. I saw some of like the cultural sites there, so that was pretty cool. It's amazing how well preserved those drawings are. Yeah, I went to the Big Island and I also went to, whatchamacallit. I went to the Big Island and I went to Maui. Maui was fucking gorgeous. Oh my god. I will never stop talking about that trip to Maui. That was a gorgeous, 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 gorgeous trip. Like, the mountains were, like, covered in grass, and it was beautiful. But yeah, I also need to think about, like, what other, like, monuments we could cover. That's the thing, is, like, cool, like, buildings and interesting things. I guess we could cover more, like, European stuff, like the Romans, and that's probably a good one. Let's write that down. Greek Roman shiz. That's probably a good idea. What else could we cover? Like I said, I think people are really interested in learning about this stuff, and it's like, because it's like, when you're a kid and you're in school, it's like, oh, boring, I don't want to learn about this stuff. But then it's like, you're adult, it's like, oh wait, this stuff is actually like really fucking cool, holy shit. Like, they just did that, man, wow. You know what I mean? Like I said, like, as a kid, you're just not interested in this stuff, but once you become an adult, you're just like, oh wait, this is actually cool as fuck. But yeah, so it's like I said, I think a lot of people actually do care about this and like want to learn about this. I think there's been a recent uphill interest in, you know, history and archaeology in recent times. This is such a fascinating subject, knowing, you know, where we came from, because it kind of shows where we will go as we progress, and it shows the rate of progression, because like the acceleration of technology is so fast, and like it grows exponentially. It's like, you know, first we got the wheel, we had a little bit, and then we got, you know, like bronze and copper, and we got iron, and we got steel, and then we have metal, and we can use metal to make things, like we can make armor, and we can make better tools, and then suddenly we can make things, you know, like machines out of metal, and we suddenly have machines, like we have steam power, and then suddenly we have steam power, and then we have steam power, and we get to electricity and locomotives, and we can travel across the world, and we can make things go faster, and then we have boats, and we can go across the world, and then we suddenly get electricity, and then, you know, we can make long distance communication, and that communication lets us work on things faster and gets things to one side of the world faster, and then suddenly we you know, we have cell phones, we can contact each other, and suddenly those cell phones have a computer, a calculator, like a fucking typing, like a whole utility belt in your pocket, and then suddenly that thing can do like mathematical calculations for you that it would take ancient people to do in like 100 years. Like, it just grows and grows and grows so exponentially fast. Puffer fish, please. Please. Listen, I know we all like Minecraft here, but please. But I mean, although I think it is actually a good comparison to Little Minecraft, like as you get Minecraft, like it's kind of a good comparison. It's like you start off with your wooden tools and you get stone, and it takes you a while to get iron, but then like once you get iron, things start to really pick up in the game. and you exponentially get faster and faster with building stuff. And it's like suddenly you have diamond and netherite, and you make these giant redstone contraptions and so on and so forth, because you have all these tools that let you do that. So I think it's a very good comparison. But, where was I going with this tangent? Wow. Like, I have no idea where the hell I was going with this tangent. Wow. Ooh. Picking up my train of thought here, it kind of derailed. It's like, we are just kind of having just chatting here, so it's like, sorry, I'm a chronic gamer, but really human progress is really something impressive, and it's weird to think about how different things were like even 100 years ago. Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, if you compare us to 100 years ago, like, we were still, like, comparatively primitive. Like, technology from, you know what, not even 100 years ago, like 40, 50 years ago, even, like, bringing like a smartphone back like 40 to 50 years ago, even that would be insane whiplash to people back then. It's like, what, like, oh god, I'm feeling old now. I just realized that, like, 2000, like, the year 2000 was 22 years ago. What the fuck? I'm scared. I'm scared. I feel old. Yeah, the year 2000 was 22 years ago, so, like, the 80s and 70s, like, bringing a cell phone back then, even then, that would be huge whiplash. Like, yeah, we had, like, TVs and stuff back then, but it's like, technology was only just starting to pick up then. Like, I think we had cell phones, but, like, they were huge, I think, at that time, if we even had them in, like, the 70s. Modern history is not quite my forte. I don't remember as much about that, but like I said, like, the progress of humans, it's like, but it's like, if you go to back at like 1,000 years ago, the technology of like, so say we're in the year 1000, if you take that technology from the year 1000 and bring it back to the year 0, they'd be like, that would make sense to them. Like they would just get it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we could, like, easily explain this to, like, these people from 1,000 years ago. Like, this is very simple. Like, technology was so simple for such a long time that it was very easy to explain it to somebody even 1,000 years ago. Because I think part of it was that, like, cultures were developing at different rates, so it wasn't until globalization happened that we were able to work together as, like, a species, rather than just, like, individual cultures to create new things. No, I think, no, phones were even before that. Phones have been around for quite a while. Like, the idea of the telephone has been around for quite a while, because, you know, we had Alexander Graham Bell, who invented that shit. But I think it was him. I might just be stupid and talking out of my ass. Who knows? But yeah, he made it like a wire, like, kind of like, you know, put two cans on a string. He kind of made it like that, but like on a bigger scale, I believe. I believe that's how he did it. And then, you know, we got landlines, but it's like, oh yeah, I remember, because, hang on, I think, oh yes, I remember reading that, this is a very interesting factoid, I think that there was a half-a-year period where Abraham Lincoln could have a conversation across the world with a samurai in Japan, which is a super interesting factoid. That, like, a samurai in Japan, like, or an authentic samurai, could have a conversation with Abraham Lincoln. There was I think a half-a-year period where, I think, what was it, was invented. I think it was, like, the SOS or something like that that was invented. The telegram, something like that? I forget. Yes, exactly. Like, such a foreign concept. Even food, like, technologically has advanced so much. Like, fucking food is so different than it was so many years ago. Like we have all, like, because we have all this technology, we can create more interesting and different flavors than we've ever experienced before. And let me look this up here. Samurai. There was a 22-year window in which a samurai could have sent a fax to Abraham Lincoln. And I am reading this meme. It says, like, okay, so the samurai were officially abolished as a caste in Japanese society during the Meiji Restoration in 1867. The first ever fax machine, the printing graph, was invented in 1843. And Abraham Lincoln was famously assassinated in Ford's Theater in 1865, which means there was a 22-year window in which a samurai could have sent a fax to Abraham Lincoln. So I think that is a very fascinating factoid, and it's exactly what I mean. Like, you could have had this crazy, like, that's what I mean by, like, just globalization in general. That's like, I need to stop, like, talking so much about this, because it's like, I gotta save some shit for other streams, man. Like, I'm just gonna go into, like, every fucking topic I know at this rate. God damn. Because like I said, I could just rant about this topic for hours. Because it's so fucking fascinating to me. Like, you follow the progression of one society until, it suddenly links up with globalization, and suddenly it's now connected to everything else. But before, it was isolated, and it created all these interesting things in its isolation. Like I said, like, the Easter Island heads, like, they were completely isolated until we found them, I think, in, like, the 1800s or whatever. Or something like that. I think it's just, it is a very fascinating thing. And it's like, by the way, if you're first tuning in, feel free to follow me here. I would greatly appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter as well. Moment of Knowledge, I have it all linked down below. But anyways, where was I? Yes, we were coming up with ideas of what to do here. What else could we cover? And also, so I think for the Twitter poll, like I said, I'm gonna create like a couple options, not this whole list. That's not going to be the Twitter poll. I'm going to create a couple options that are regionally close to Nazca. So I think I'm going to do, like, the Olmecs, the Aztecs, and maybe the Native Americans. I could just do one of those two, the Olmecs or the Aztecs, because they were two very different societies. We could do the Incas as well. There's lots of stuff in South America can cover. There's so much good shit. This is a very fascinating society, because the thing about South America is that South America and the American cultures in general developed completely outside of the reach of Christianity, which pervaded even in Asia. Even in Asia, Christianity was present. But like the American cultures, they were completely isolated for like 1,500 years of, you know, like the BC time span, or the AD time span. Inca. Maybe we could do that. I know I definitely want to do the Incas, the Aztecs, and the Olmecs. So I think we could do like a Twitter poll and see which one we would go. Yeah, there's lots of cool shit, especially like culture-wise, like all like the Mayan pyramids, the Mayas, the Incas, the Aztecs, the Olmecs. God, there's so much shit down here. Why is there so much shit in South America? That's cool. God, God, we're gonna be in South America for quite a while, I think. Actually, what we could do is, or what we should do is, maybe we could combine like two of them into one stream. Like do like the Olmecs and the Aztecs in one stream, and then the Incas and the Mayas in another stream. I feel like that would be a good idea. Or something like some combination of the two. I'll have to like look up which ones are more closely related so I can kind of intermesh and interweave their cultures a little bit. Yeah, there's lots of ideas we can get out of this. Inca, Olmec, Aztec, Mayans. Speaking of the Mayan calendar, you guys remember when that ended in 2012 and we all fucking thought we were gonna die? Look how that turned out. Smile. I say this as the world is actually very slowly ending. You know, that's funny though. I think it actually is kind of funny when you think about it. Like, maybe the Mayan calendar was right, and the world did start end in 2012. It started ending in 2012, and it's just a very slow and painful death. 2012 is the beginning of the end, only the beginning of it. So I have to interject. I know Machu Picchu, which is a really cool city. It's like built in the mountains and it's fucking sick. And also cover like, you know, the Spanish conquistadors and what they thought of things and Yeah, after 2012 nothing felt real. So that statement is a little bit too on the nose. We've all been living a schizophrenic dream. The Human Instrumentality Project began in 2012, and it's been downhill since. Any of you get that reference? Oh. I've been talking for quite a while, jeez. This is probably like the most talkative I think I've ever been on a stream. Like, I feel like I often have a lot of dead air, but like, I have just been talking non-fucking-stop. I think I'm getting better at this. Maybe I should just start ranting about ancient history in the streams when I have nothing to talk about. Yeah. I've been kind of slacking on streams because I was sick that whole week, and it's like my voice, and I was sniffly, and I sounded like shit, so I didn't want to stream to you guys. But yes, content moment. That feel when VTweeter actually creates content. As Lord knows, there's a lot of VTweeters out there who don't do jack shit. Yeah, speaking of just in general, I've been working on overlays as well. Not for me, but like for other people. I've been working on trying to, you know, get overlays. Like I want to do that for people. I have commissions up now, so I can make overlays for people. That is a thing. I've been doing some as practice in this past week or so, kind of roughly time speaking. But what might be a good idea? I could like bring up Tetris and like talk as I do that. Why not? That sounds like a good idea. Let me bring up Tetris, so because this stream is like only like, I don't know how long this stream is, but let me edit the stream info. Nazca after party. If y'all haven't seen me play Tetris, I'm actually kind of good at it, so. Let's see here. Let me bring up my emulator here. I mean, it has been an hour and 20, but like, I'm still good to go. Like, I don't want to like waste my mood, you know? Like, I'm still more than good to go and like talk and play games with people. Like, I still want to stream right now. Like I said, like, this is the first time I've ever done like an education stream, so I didn't know what to expect going into this. That's the thing. Yes, Pro Tetris plays in my Moai stream. It's more likely than you think. Let's bring this up here. Let's switch over. Where is the display capture? Let's hide the window capture. Let's turn on the game capture. Properties. Messen. Should come up here in a minute here. Let's see, where is it here? Let's reset it and go to... where is it here? I'm just trying to figure this out again. I don't know why it's not showing up here. Oh, here it is. There we go. Now let's turn off window capture. Let me just center this. Screen capture. Man, let me move this here. Come on, why won't you move? Oh yeah, because it's locked, that's why. I'm stupid. Yes, but how are you guys doing tonight? I haven't just chatted with people in quite some time. I can show you my skills. I consider myself pretty good at this game. Although, watch me streamer curse and fuck it up royally. This goes there. Let's not make this awkward here. Oh, we're gaming now. Just organizing blocks by color at this rate. Bonk. Bonk. Let's put that there. This is gonna be awkward. Ooh, I don't have a space for this. I'll sneak it there. They don't have to know. This goes here. This goes here. This goes here. Bonk. Get a seizure from that. Sneak that into that little space there. That goes there. There. Pasta moment? What does pasta have to do with this? Don't make me hungry, please. Let's slide you over here. Yeah, it's a good thing that they don't anymore, though, because that's seizures. Ooh, that's gonna get weird. Sneak you in here. Let's play the long con here. There we go. And now we're green for some reason. Look at that. See, and now we're back down to the ground. You go there. Ooh, this is kind of weird. Yeah, it was a very easy effect to make. Like, they didn't have a lot of graphical options, so it's like they just went with what they could make, I guess. That is a very good way to put it, Prem. Very astute observation. Astute. Oh, they just fallen right into place. This is easy money. You can see my top score in the top up over there. Like, we're not even halfway to that. They give you kind of some perspective. This is a very good run though so far. I hope I don't royally fuck this up somehow. Please. I have a wife and kids. Not really. Boink. 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 Yep, and I can put this here. 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 Gaming. Inu soon, welcome. Thank you for the follow. We just got finished with the lecture, so now I'm just showing people my gamer skills with Tetris as we kind of do just chatting. My ability to multitask and play this game is apparently impressive to some people. Yes, hi, welcome. No, you can watch the VOD. The VOD's gonna be up. It's gonna be up. It's gonna be up. It's fine. Like I said, you need to follow. This is why people need to follow me on Twitter. Twitter followers need to follow me here too, so they know what I'm streaming. It's okay, you know. Yes, there's gonna be a VOD. I always have my VODs on Twitch. So don't worry about it. Da-da-da-da. Or now yes, you are my 100th follower. The 100th follower. I cannot speak. Yes, thank you. I was waiting to see if that would happen tonight. Alright, now I'm just flexing on people. With my epic gamer skills. Shabam! Have a seizure for your troubles. Ooh, this fits perfectly here. This fits here. It's here. There. 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 Let's slap that right in there. Ooh, that's gonna get weird. Stop giving me the green pieces, please. That's like just getting awkward. Oop, this is getting awkward really quickly. I think I may have screwed myself over here a little bit. Actually, no, wait, can I gamer my way in here? Ah, shit. Couldn't sneak that one in. Oh, we can fix this, we can fix this, we can come back from this. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine! We can save this, we can save the run. We can save the run. Just gotta be super careful and not put stuff where it doesn't need to go. Oh, come on, I need the other shape, not that one. Yes, yes, we opened it back up. We can come back from this. We're coming back. We're coming back. Mm-hmm. Da-da-da-da-da. Go here. Ew, ew, ew. We have this. This can save us. Oh god, it's getting really gross. I really butchered this really hard and really fast. Don't take that out of context. Please. Oop. We can save this here. Sweat and bullets. We can do this. Come on, please stop giving me those pieces. Oh, I can't take that anymore. We need to cut off a line here. It's gonna set us back, but it's fine, it's fine. We just need to complete lines at this point. It doesn't matter like where stuff goes. Oh, thank God. Oh, that's what we need. Oh, we can come back from this. Oh, we're coming back. Ah, crap. It's going too fast. Oh, oh, gaming? Gaming? Oh, I'm sweating bullets right here. This music is not fitting for the intensity of this. Oh. Oh, oh, we're coming back. Oh, we're coming back. Oh, oh, oh god. Oh, we fucked up. We fucked up. We went too fast. Oh. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, we were so close. We were only 4,000 away from the high score. Oh. Puyo Puyo Tetris. No, I have not. Oh, intense. Hang on, let me put on some better music for this. I have some better music for this. Hang on. Let me find it. Here we go. There we go. Oh, we're already starting off with bad pieces, but we can fix this. Let me know if this is too loud. This is gamer Tetris. Let me pause this real quick and turn this down just a little bit. It's a little loud for me. Alright, hang on here. Alright, now we're back. Go down. What is this Puyo Puyo Tetris? I am unsure what that is. I have not heard of it. Please elaborate. And now we're more intense and we can feel the adrenaline pumping. The most intense game of Tetris you've ever seen. I know I can make Tetris interesting for viewers. It's like I actually know how to play it. My brain is like built different for this kind of stuff. That goes there. This is getting a little bit awkward. Oh yes, this is the piece we need. Let's go! Gaming. Whoop, that almost got bad. Really quickly. Bonk. 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 So there. There. Tricky towers? I'm not sure. Tetris isn't like a game I'm super into. I just know how to play the very basic version of it very well. Bonk. 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 Do that from there. Alright, let's go for the gamer, why not? But we can get a 4. Let's go! That's a little awkward, but that's okay. Slip you there. Now we have a place to put either of these. It's very nice. Oh, that's weird. I think I'll just slip that there, I guess. There. 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 Slip this in, just get a three point right there real quick, just so I can lower the height so I don't get screwed over by stuff. This is the thing you can't do is you can't completely rely on like, oh, I just need this one block and then it all comes tumbling down. You can't do that. That's a really bad idea when you're playing this game. Slide you here because I need a place for this. Sneak you in there. Ooh, that got weird real quick. Oh, we have this. And now we can get our Tetris. Let's go, gamers. God, I get a seizure every time that happens. Oh, your Tetris rival? Is that so? Well, I'm better than both of you, so checkmate, atheist. I don't even know where that came from. Alright, there. 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 Oh, we can put it there. I'm stupid. Let's kind of like clear off this row because I don't like it. It's just made things awkward for me. There we go. Now we're better. And now we can get another Tetris. Let's go. Clean off that chunk. This goes here. Whoops, that's gonna get weird really quickly. Let's just kind of quickly clean that up. Can't be having this. That's a big no-no. Oh, this just got weird really quickly. Ugh, I don't like this. I feel like we can save this, but if they don't give us the blocks we need, we can't. Intense Tetris, let's go. Oh. Ah, fuck. Well, we got close again. We got really close. Oh, hello, Venora. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're in the middle of a very intense Tetris session after the lecture. I want to see something funny I can do. I told everyone that I am good at Tetris and I'm trying to prove it. Spin to win, baby. Let's start building up towards a Tetris here. There. 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 And now we have the Tetris ready, so we can just fuck around until the long block comes in. Tetris is a very brain game. It requires lay brain. And where the fuck is the long piece? Okay, there it is. Jesus. That took too long. Seizure. And there's another long piece, so I can get another Tetris right in a row. Stick that there, and then we can slide this here, and make a really nice platform to work off of. Slide this here. Ooh, this is gonna get awkward really quickly. Oh, that can go here. That in our little tower. Another Tetris. How did you get roasted on sight? What? Whoops. That's gonna come back to bite me, isn't it? The misclick is what fucks me over. It's not me messing up, it's just a misclick. That's all it takes. Sneak it in there. I can fix this. I can fix this. Takes a little bit of know-how. Like this. This one here. This one here. It's like you just can't overcorrect for your mistake either. That's the thing. No, Tetris is also a game that's really easy for me to play on stream because it requires like no computer resources. That's the thing. That's why I'm playing this. It's very easy to just plug in and play, so to speak. It's also like a game I'm like decent at. Is my brain built different? No, I want to put this. I don't like this, putting this anywhere, so I'll just slap it here. Yes, this is the piece we need. Right now we just need to kind of fix our holes here. Our little potholes, as I call them. We're so close to fixing it. Yes, there we go. Now it's fixed. Now we have we're in a really good position. Let's not fuck it up, please. And we might fuck it up anyway, because that piece really threw a wrench in things, and I know where to put that. And actually, I actually might have a fix for this real quick. Sneak this in here. Sneak this in here. Ah, there we go. Now we're back at the bottom. Look at that. This deep into progression, too. That's really good. We're in a really good position right now. We might be able to beat the high score. I think we should set up another Tetris. I think we're in a position to do that. Alright, we have the Tetris set up, so we're good on that. We're good on that. This is gonna get weird with these blocks. And we have the Tetris, let's go. Gamer. Maybe I do better with people watching me. Maybe that's a thing. Not to get too cocky though, because this thing's gonna start getting really fast, and that's gonna get sucky. We almost have a Tetris there. Almost. Oh well. It can wait. This one here. This here. This here. My brain is so big right now. Dude, we can't set up a Tetris, so now things are gonna get ugly really quickly. We're gonna get the blocks we need in time. Wow, we are really close to the high score, aren't we? We're doing kind of cleanup jobs here. Now, I'm not thinking where I'm putting stuff, so I might be screwing myself up here. I'm not, like, thinking ahead. Maybe. Actually, no. Oh, this is actually working out really well. Oh wow, we beat our high score already. Holy shit, let's see how far we can go with this. Dude, this is gonna get ugly. And we have our space open for that, so that's good. Dude, this is gonna get weird really quickly here. Tetris, let's go. Slip that in there. You're in here. Ooh, now we don't have a place for this. That's gross. But we can fix that. How far can we take this? I wonder. I wonder how far my brain capacity extends. My big brain. Oh god, that was fast. Holy shit. Oh, we're going light Sanic mode. Oh god. Holy shit. We're just going yum. Okay, now we can't set up Tetris anymore. We just gotta book it for it. Holy shit, we're going fast. We are gaming now. No thoughts head empty, just go. Oh god. Oh lord. Oh god, we are going so fast. Holy shit. My brain is not ready to work at this Mach. This is Mach 12 brain capacity right here. Oh my god, why is it so fast? Oh god, what the hell? What the fuck? Well, we got really far. Holy shit, though. Oh, we got this little victory screen thing for that, too. We got a big rocket. Oh, sweating over that. Holy cow. Oh. All right, let's see if we can. I don't know if we can top that, man. That was really good. That was a really good run. Like, we were clean for so long there. And then it just sped up and I lost all control. Yes, the single pixelated Tetris firework. Outstanding, isn't it? So I guess I can say one of the keys to this game is making sure that no matter what block is next, you have a space for it. That is just the big key. Like, you have a space for it where it's not going to create a hole. Like, see, I don't have a space for this, so now this is going to create a hole unless I can fill it with something else. Whoops. Yeah, see, I can fill this hole like this right here. Oops. Oh, this got dicey really quick because of accidental misclicks. See, like I tell you, it's the misclicks that fuck me up, not me just messing up like raw and like not being smart about my placement. So my hands kind of work faster than my brain in some ways, or my brain works faster than my hands, I should say. So it's like, oh, okay, I have the block in place next ready. Wait, the block isn't technically in place yet. We gotta fix this really quick here. This is a really shitty run already, holy crap. You're doing terribly, because it keeps giving me the same piece 27 times in a row. Please give me the long block, please. Please, sir. Please, I beg of you. I beg of you. Where's the long block? Where is it? Oh, there it is. In our darkest hour, he comes. He saves us. Let's just try and clear some lines off here. This is gonna get dicey if I don't. Whoops. Okay, yeah, that was a really shitty run from the beginning. Yeah, I could tell that was just gonna go. Yeah, it's like, this is like the hardest version of Tetris is the original, because you don't get any fancy doodads, or it's just raw. Is my brain geometrically sound? Is my brain a cube? Be there or be square, as the kids say. Ooh. Boink. Oh, there's like 7 people. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Holy shit. That's pretty crazy. I rarely get this many people. Ooh, okay. No, no, I can place this here. That's fine. This is the weird one, though. Now it's gonna get funky. So we screwed up on our Tetris, so we don't have places for things. Oops. Oh, long block, let's go. Okay, can we stop giving us some of these pieces, please? That's our emergency long block right there. Now we can free up that space. There we go. And now we get a Tetris shebang. The game gives you a lot more points by trying to go for Tetrises. You can't just survive to get a high score. You have to, like, plan ahead. It's like, okay, I need to get a Tetris because that's going to give me the most point multipliers. So that's the whole goal of the game, is to get a high score. Back when scores in games actually mattered, imagine that. Let's just throw this down here. Let's get rid of it. I don't want to look at it. Giving me a funny face. It looked at me funny. I don't want to see it. I want to see it in my house again. That was almost death, that misclick there. Jeez. But I could pull myself out of it really quickly. Another one. Yeah, where do I want to put this? Ew, gross. Sneak this one in here. I already don't like this run, it's kind of gross. It's giving me lots of sass. Not giving me the pieces I need when I need them. And that's the thing about Art Tetris though, it's just also just sometimes you just get the shit RNG. I'm sure there's Giga Wizards who have figured out that like, oh hey, like this piece comes at this time in this frame, and if I'm frame perfect with this, I can do this, and like I'm sure that exists, but I'm not that big brained. Oh. How has it been? It's been like what, like, is it 7? That's my fears. 2 hours almost? I might cut it short soon. Just because I'm vibing with Tetris, but I gotta see who's available to raid. Also, something I learned recently that if you do a hype train on somebody, I think they go to the front page. I think if you get like a hype train going, I think you actually get on the front page for the duration of the hype train. I think that's like the benefit of having one. So, you know, if some oil baron comes along and decides to throw a ton of money at me, well, there you go. Yes, it is very useful. That's part of the reason why, you know, hype trains are pretty encouraged. I learned this very recently. Boink. I'm like so focused right now, good lord. Sweating. Sweaty gamer. We're setting up the big Tetris. If it'll ever come. I need to just cut some layers here, so I don't accidentally blow myself up doing this. I'm playing very dangerous games by relying on the long block, like I said earlier. Oh, goddamn. That was a really stupid move. Oh. We're doing really well there. So let's see who's actually streaming so I can have people raid. Let's see here. Who's live? What homies are live? Let's go raid Aldous, my fishy friend. Let's raid Aldous.
Maybe this is why I couldn't throw away her flowers.
Moai of Knowledge! My boy, the Moai! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. My name is Aldous Blackfish, Silly Orca King at your service, variety streamer, when we're playing some Dying Light tonight. Yose, can we please get a shout out for Moai?
I'll see you around, Aiden.
What were you playing? Oh, you were playing Tetris. How did the knowledge go? Did your chat learn a whole lot about the Nazca lines? I hope they were receptive to it, because it's interesting. I talked about this a bit on Twitter, but I love hearing people talk about... Oh, thank you. Listen, I need hugs. Like, I'm a very affectionate person in real life. If someone wants to give me a hug, I'll accept it. I'm no good at... I don't like initiating hugs because I feel weird. But if people like to give hugs, then I'm always taking them. Gimme. And thank you for the head pads. Anyway... like I was saying, I love people who will talk at length about stuff they're interested in, especially if it's stuff I don't know about, like the Nazca lines, or like, I was watching another streamer, Esme, and she's an archaeologist in real life, and she's got a little redeem for archaeology facts, and it was really interesting. I like that kind of stuff. We did some lesson planning, then flex Tetris skills while chatting. Hell yeah, I suck at Tetris. But awesome, I'm glad you had a great stream.
When Yana heard you were coming, she grabbed Sarah and they left. Seems they weren't too fond.
And Raiders, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful night, and I hope your night continues to... Oh my god, Khan! Alright, but now I hope you have a wonderful night, and it continues to be great, if not better now.
I'll help. Show me. Relax, you're gonna pull through. What's that?
A Khan?
The wound from the Lazarus? You say you killed Lucas. If not for those brass knuckles, it would only took a few seconds to do this.
Oh, shit.
He was a better fighter. The fuck are you saying? No point denying it with this wound, but you carved out a tattoo and planted it on Barney. Waltz, he ordered the kill. You're working with Waltz and you didn't tell me? You piece
You
of shit.
son of a bitch.
Don't get it, kid. Waltz would have killed me, you see, like he killed Dylan. And anyone who defies him. I have to get out of here, get it? I couldn't have told you. Why? You know he's the one who tortured me in the past. I didn't tell you in order to protect you.
Oh, go on, Rance, get me started about something. Hell yeah. I love it. I love it, Gothic.
Waltz will kill you. Where is he?
Yeah, Khan. Not so cool now, are ya?
Meet him under the electric car factory in the GRE tunnel. Hey, then I'm fucking dead here, understand? They're gonna kill me. You'd leave me. You'd leave me now.
I wouldn't. Even though he's a traitor, I really like Hakan. I want him to pull through. I want to be bros with this man still.
I'm gonna find that sniper first.
Yikes.
Really? You do that for me? Not for a life. After that, we're fucking done.
No, I don't want to be done with Hakan. I like him. He's my friend. Arrows. Okay, the bowmen have ceased. No, you should not do that. You shouldn't just yank it right the fuck out.
Nothing. Shut up. I'm done listening to your sage advice.
Despite that, I will use the binoculars, because that's pretty good advice.
Let's leave it at that.
I thought that little white thing was an arrow coming at me. Ow! 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 Ow!
Tell me something I don't already know, Hakon.
Excuse me. We're going down. I'm yelling timber. Yeah, what a roll.